What's up, you guys? Today I'm going to be talking about Destiny 2 DLC Beyond Light and my final, my discussion of it before it comes out and how I feel about what's going to happen when it finally releases before PS5 and Xbox Series X comes out. And my thoughts of this DLC has been positive. It's been just not too fond of what it has to offer. But the more and more I look through the DLC, the more and more I try to think of all the positives and the negatives of it, of what they're trying to give us. I get that they're trying to give us quality content. I get that they're trying to give us quality things to enjoy with this DLC and with other things to come. But as far as us getting older content and them replacing the new content that we received with old content, it just it just boggles my mind at how Bungie thinks and how they try to give us something new, but ultimately it's old. Because if everybody who's played Destiny has seen what they've done over the years and how terrible the first two DLCs are, this DLC will probably be an exception to that. Not going to be awful, but it's going to resign around the same formula that we played through so many damn times. And we've seen the DLCs played through over and over and over again. We've seen all the concepts of it, that we have to help out this ally with this problem, this ally with that problem. We have to take down this new enemy, this new boss. We have to take down so many new enemies and so many new bosses that people are just people like myself just get to the point where we already know what we're gonna see in the DLC. We already know what we're gonna see involving it. Because we already played through so many DLCs where we're taking down, our main focus is to take down this enemy, take down these new factions. We've already done it to the point where it's getting boring, old, and stale, and just bland. Especially the fact that we're going to be fighting the Fallen in this DLC, and they're saying that we're going to have new powers, that it doesn't really matter, because we already had this formula in these DLCs before, where we get this big expansion, we get these new powers, we get these new raids, these new strikes, these new content methods that we can use to play and make the game even more amazing for us. But after just thinking about it, what could they do to expand this game even more at all? Everything that they've done throughout the past that we played through has just been through seasons, season after season after season. After the Moon DLC came out, the game has just been stale and boring with season resets. Like, the game is not really fun anymore. It's just more like a crucible driven game that we just play all day to get different weapons, to get better weapons with different rolls on them. And not to mention, it gets super boring, it gets super repetitive, where you have to play against players that do the same thing over and over again, use the same OP weapons, use the same OP methods that we have to play through and rage and get angry by every day. And just them doing that with content, especially taking content out and adding old content, that we've already played through, that already gives me a red flag not to buy the DLC or not to even play some of the things in it, because the things that they're describing is the same thing that we've been playing through for so many years. And a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers are saying that, oh, some of these guns are coming out, some of the old weapons that we've already explored, such as the Hawk Moon. You've been saying the Hawk Moon may come, or the Icebreaker may come. And the thing is, I don't really want those things. And one of the reasons why I don't want them is because I've already used them so many times. We've all used them so many times. And we already know how it's going to go. Everybody knows who play Destiny. We've seen this before when it comes to new weapons, new exotics that we already explore and that we're going to be using in a newer game that they're going to remaster with the weapon that we're playing in this DLC for. We're going to grind so hard for it. Then maybe around a few months, or maybe a month or less, we're going to get a patch note, and the weapon that we love and that we grind so hard to get, it's just going to be a waste of time because they're going to nerf the crap out of it. Every time they do it. It's the same song sing before where we just get nerfs, reworks, nerfs, reworks. The game's becoming to where you can't even enjoy your damn gun that you want anymore, that you even like. It comes to a point where you can't even enjoy the gun that you mostly grinded for the whole time. Most people love the Wolf. Love the Wolf shotgun. They're messing with that gun. Most people like the Forgotten. Can't use that gun that much because they nerfing it to the ground so much that it's becoming nearly unplayable to use. Then they got the Thorn, which is already OP, knocking down people, and people just having some problems with it. Like, that's what I don't understand. Why not nerf the guns that are having problems, that are giving people a heck of a time and a struggle to play against in PvP? Why not do that? Why not do something that people ask for and people enjoy, that'll make the community happy, instead of just nerfing and reworking whatever gun that you feel like? Because nowadays, it don't even feel like Destiny no more. Destiny 1 has so much better stuff that outranks Destiny 2 half. Because it worked with Destiny. Because there was no, oh, I'm going to nerf this gun that has this much, that is just being used to thrive. I'm going to nerf this gun to the ground and then bring in another pair of guns that gives players a hard time, and then nerf that to the ground and rework the other guns that I just nerfed. It's just a dysfunctional development team that don't know what to do to make the player base happy and what to do to make the player base feel like it's fair. And we already know life isn't fair, but at the same time, it should be a fair-paced game where I could at least do something to the player instead of him just one-shotting me with the Last Word or Thorn or Ace of Spades. I shouldn't have to worry about getting one-shot by weapons. And then when you playing with it, it gets to a point where they nerf it to the ground where it's unplayable. I shouldn't have to deal with that. Because that's what this DLC is going to be about. It's going to be nothing but weapons that we're going to use in the beginning and then have fun with. And then it will be nerfed in less than a month. It's never nerf the gun that's giving the most trouble. It's always nerf the gun that has the most the most player base using it. Because there have been times, and we already remember when the Forsaken DLC came out. The Forsaken DLC has so many problems with Gambit, with people using the sleeper simulant, and just being so OP, having maxed ammo all the time, knocking people out before they could even get outside of the portal. They didn't nerf that until, if I remember correctly, they didn't nerf that until afterwards when the DLC started getting boring and when people stopped playing Gambit because it was the same process over and over again. But the only reason why people was playing Gambit was to get the dailies done and to get the Ace of Spades. Because of course, when a new game mode is put in, they force it down people's throats to get new weapons. So I'm not really impressed with the DLC entirely, especially the fact that they're saying their game is getting too big. They got a lot of stuff in the game. Oh well, that's so what? That's how you keep your game alive, with various of content that you know your player base is gonna play. You can't just sit there and take out content that people love to play, and then you say there's too much content, maybe because half of your content is based off of the same repetitive crap. I play this DLC just to get the gun. Just to get the new stuff. That's it. Doing the same process. Do a new power level. New power level, gotta grind for that. New weapons, new exotics, I gotta grind for that. It's never a different concept. It's never a fun concept. It's always just a massive just wall of grinding that you have to do so much that you can't even find fun in the game. Because once you grind the game out, that's it. Once you grind it out on Destiny, that's it. The DLC just becomes boring. The same thing with Forsaken. It got boring and repetitive and just dull to play on. We sat there and played that DLC for months when it came out. And then after that, it was just not fun. It just became not fun. We just kept going to the spider, getting dailies from him. We kept doing bounties. And we just kept going to do multiple things, including the raid, to get new stuff. Like, if you see what I'm getting at, Bungie releases the same repetitive crap over and over again. It's never nothing that the player base decides. It's always something that the players have to just deal with it. They have to just live with it the whole time. And yeah, sometimes the story parts on the DLC is fun. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. But it just gets to a point in the game where it gets repetitive and dull and it gets bland and it gets so mediocre that you can't even fathom playing it again once you do all of those things. Because I'm pretty sure the people who play the DLCs and their friend just gets it, you're not going to play that DLC with them again. You're not going to play it. Because you already know what's going to happen. You already know that concept. And you already know how boring it's going to be just to grind them up. But you have no choice because you have to play around with them in order for them to get stronger. Like, that's what I mean. Like, the concept of getting stronger is such a repeated process that it starts to get not fun anymore. it starts to become less entertaining. Like, do I think the DLC will succeed? I hope it does. Because I've stopped playing Destiny for so long that I just don't even touch the game. It's just on my dashboard. So I hope this DLC does succeed. I will not be buying it. Maybe later on when I see actual stuff going on in it, like see things that I like, maybe I will. But other than that, I will not be purchasing this DLC or involved or just having time wasted into it until I know I'm getting money's worth. So that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like and subscribe only if you want to. And I will see you in the next one. And later on, I will be releasing a video about some updates and explaining a lot of things why videos haven't been going on for a little bit. But I will explain everything in that video, and I will see you guys in that one. So I hope you guys have a great day. See you in the next video.